Getting listed on the internet as a locksmith can be difficult. So I went ahead and brought Sam in. I just want to spend some time with him, ask him some questions, and hopefully together we can learn about the importance of Google My Business. So Sam, thank you for taking the time once again.
Absolutely.
To come in.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. Appreciate it.
Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Sam, we'll put a link in the notes below to a video we did, I don't know, about a year ago.
I think it might have been longer, but yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
And go ahead and check that out. He has some really good info in that video. What I want to talk about today is a culmination of conversations that I've had and people who have emailed in talking about their frustration about getting listed in Google My Business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so I want to just start off and just, of course, kind of state the obvious, which is if you're looking for more business and you're a locksmith, the best way to do that is to be listed on the internet.
Absolutely.
Is that a fair...
no-brainer? Yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone would agree with that.
Yep, I do too.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, why is it so hard for locksmiths to get listed on the internet, on Google My Business?
Well, it's Google Business Profile now.
Okay, what do I keep saying? Google My Business?
Yeah.
So that's wrong.
Google Business Profile.
Google Business Profile, okay.
Yep. And
I have it listed right there, actually, and I still can't say it right.
You can't be blamed. They change the name every 3 or 4 months. So by the time we're done editing this video, it might be a different name.
Okay.
So who knows? But back to the question was, why is it so hard?
Yeah, why is it so hard? Like, why are people emailing in when I've been talking to some people and they're frustrated about it? They can't get listed.
Yeah, I think the main reason why it's so difficult for locksmiths to get listed on Google is because the locksmith industry on the internet has had a history of spammy listings, scam businesses, fly-by-the-night businesses, I think that's a term. And so Google was getting flooded with just poor listings. And what Google does best is relevancy. So when you search for a locksmith in your home city, they want to show the best locksmiths in your home city.
Okay.
So they're getting spammed with all these bad listings, which ruin their search results. So they buttoned it down and made it more difficult for legit businesses to get listed.
And that's frustrating, right? It's like, so the bad actors, which in the industry, like everyone who's watching is going to be like, yeah, like we know of scam locksmiths, right? They're out there. They seem to not be as bad as they used to be. Like I don't hear about them as much, but they're definitely a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And the most frustrating thing is like, okay, so there are some bad actors, but the legit businesses are paying the price.
Right.
Not only in the reputation in the community, maybe, but just to get listed.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but I will say that and maybe that's part of why you don't see it so much of these bad actors, but they've really cracked down, and it is harder for these unlegitimate businesses to get listed too. So the search results are not flooded with those terrible listings as well. So
okay, which I don't know, honestly. So it kind of brings me to my next point, which is it's frustrating when locksmiths are saying, "Hey, I can't get listed," but a kiosk at a grocery store is literally listed as a locksmith in their area. Now, of course, no offense to the kiosk people. I mean, but
yeah.
At the same time, it's like they're very frustrated that, Joe's Locksmith can't get listed, but a kiosk at a grocery store did.
Right.
So do you know why is that happening? Like, what kind of insight do you have on that?
So I don't have a black and white on why it's happening, like for sure why it's happening, but why I think it might be happening and why these locksmiths or these kiosks can get listed relatively quickly and easily is they're part of a national brand, right? Most of these are a big corporation.
Yes.
All under one domain. When I say domain, I mean like an email address, like kiosklocksmith.com. These kiosks, they do provide locksmith services, right? some of them.
I mean, technically, like they are cutting a key.
But if I were to call, so they have these listings on Google. If I were to call that listing and say, I'm locked out of my car, can they provide that service? Do they work with contractors to do that service?
I mean, I would. I don't know that answer because I've never called them, but I'm guessing that when you look at the listing and there's a phone number, they probably do that. I'm sure they're probably hiring the local locksmiths on a commission basis to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's a guess.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I've seen, but I wasn't for sure on that.
Okay.
So anyway, the reason why these kiosks can get listed, which seems very easily, they can do it because they pop up all the time and then they're already listed on Google.
Yeah.
Is they're part of this, national corporation.
Okay.
Without naming any names, there's these big multi-million-dollar companies out there.
Sure.
They are all under one domain name. And what I mean by domain name, I'm actually talking about their URL, their website address.
Okay.
So, for example, locksmithkioskusa.com could be this kiosk company that is listed in 50 states across the country. They have authority with their domain because they have so many locations, so many listings and history in the past that they could potentially, which is one way to verify your business on Google, they could potentially get verified almost instantly with an email address because they've had their business verified many times before, different locations.
Google starts to kind of take their word for it.
Well,
almost?
it's kind of.
Okay.
It is. This kiosk has been in business elsewhere for years.
Yep.
It's got these listings. It's still out there. It's still active. And since they're opening, it's like more branches that they're opening up. And they take that authority of, having those listings and make it pretty easy for those kiosks to get listed.
Okay.
Now I gotta take a step back and say, I don't know that for sure. That's your guess.
Like your educated guess based on your work in the industry.
Right. Okay. Right. Absolutely. And the other side of it is, if they're a big company, they probably have a handful of digital marketing experts on their staff that
figure out a way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just and the real reason I bring it up is to not necessarily pick on them, but the disappointment and like the frustration that a locksmith who's starting up or who's even been around for a while and he can't get the listing, but a machine can.
Right.
It's just so there's just so much frustration in their voice. They're like, listen, I'm trying to run my business. I'm answering the phone. I'm going and helping people, and I can't get the verification.
Yeah.
And they're frustrated.
Right.
So
I understand that frustration, but I think if you go through the steps, you can get it solved. You can get it done.
Yeah. So that kind of brings me to my last point, and really the point of what I wanted to talk about today, which is if someone who's watching is struggling to get verified, what steps would you say for them to take to get verified?
Yeah. So each business is unique, and how they are getting verified is unique. So you can't. I couldn't answer that question just like one answer fixes all. But if you have access to your Google business profile, and you haven't been suspended or have any marks like that, there should be a verification link for you right there. Now, when you click that link, any number of types of verification methods come up. And I'll just jump through those. So the first one, and it's the oldest one, is the verify by mail, which is a postcard.
Which comes like a piece of spam mail.
It does, yes. Right? Yes, it can get thrown away pretty easily.
Yeah.
That doesn't work if you're a mobile locksmith, though. Because you're not going to list you're not going to list an actual physical location. You're going to list, I serve
an area.
So that won't work there.
Okay.
The second verification method is by phone.
Okay.
Which sometimes they give you that option, sometimes they don't. This is the funny part of Google is you never know which verification method you're going to get. Again, typically on a mobile locksmith, you're not going to get the verification by phone.
Okay.
The third, which I referenced before with those kiosks, is they'll verify by your email address, your domain. So let's take CLKsupplies, for instance. You're trying to verify your business, CLKsupplies. You list that your website is CLKsupplies.com.
Okay.
And they come back and say, all right, verify through email if you have an email address that is at CLKsupplies.com.
Okay.
So if you do, then you can say, yes, shoot me an email, and you can verify that way. It's one click and it's done. That's easy. But but that domain needs to have authority. That's what I was talking about, that domain having authority. So it needs to be, what Google calls an authority. Domain authority is a number that Google assigns to URLs based on how many links are linking to that URL, how long it's been on the internet, how much traffic does it get, things like that. Like Google, let's go with Amazon. Amazon has 100 domain authority.
They do?
Yeah. Okay. Where a local locksmith's going to have like a 7, something like that. So you need to have a high domain authority to get that verification method.
Okay. So they're not going to even ask you if you don't have a decent domain authority.
Right. I've never seen it on a locksmith, I don't believe.
Okay.
I just did one that did allow us to do. It was a local, I think it was a heating and cooling industry company that we were able to do it, which was interesting. But yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that was long-winded on that.
A little more than 2 sentences, but
okay, so that we touched that one. Fourth is you can actually do a video chat with a Google representative.
Really?
This is fairly new. Okay. And it's what you'll do is they send you a link and you've got your phone and you are actually connected with a Google representative. They'll ask you questions about your business, maybe want to see your business card, want to see your van potentially, and just to verify that you're legit.
Like they're doing like a legit manual process where they're like, show me you, show me where you work.
Right, exactly.
And that's kind of cool that they're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's trying to weed out the bad actors, right? Yeah. So there's that method. Okay. And then the other method is video the same way, but you don't, it's not a one-to-one conversation. They say, shoot a video and send it to us. They send you the link and do all that jazz. You have 5 minutes to shoot a video, and it's pretty funny. You got to shoot like cross streets, show some street signs of where you're located.
Okay.
Then you got to walk to your van or your truck or your business, but usually it's for mobile. So you got to go walk to your van or truck, unlock it. To show that you have access to it, and then show some video of your tools and things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then send that to them, and then a few days later, you'll be verified.
Amazing.
Yeah. And the video chat one, you'll be verified right away if you provide all the legit information.
That's good. So, I mean, what I'm hearing is that although people, they might want to just have a quick and easy way to verify, you're going to have to probably do a little work.
You are, yeah.
And so go into it having some patience and knowing that it's going to be a process. And if it's not going to be that, well, that's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, right.
So the only question I have about what you're saying is like, if I'm someone who's having problems, I'm going to be like, hey, Sam, so what if the option that Google's giving me, I can't do?
Well, I feel like all those you could do.
Okay, so it's going to give you more than one option?
Yeah, it's typically going to give you... It depends.
Like you haven't seen them just give one option.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah, one that was usually the video one comes with 1 or 2. You either talk with us now or schedule a time for a video conference, or shoot a video and send it to us. Okay. If you have a location, the postcard one usually has a verify by phone too. Okay. And like I said, it could change tomorrow, and all this information could be useless. But it's changing often. Okay. And again, it's to help more legit businesses show up and not the spammy ones.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well,
Yeah.
everybody, I hope that you found that super helpful. Definitely let us know what you think or your experience or your questions in the comments below. Now, Sam, if people want to contact you, if they have some questions or they want your help to verify, we'll put a link in the notes that they can go to a quiz.
Yeah, it actually goes to we have on our website a local search audit. So you can put in your business information and it'll shoot out how well you're doing in Google Business Profile, your local citations, reviews, things like that. So it's a little piece of information for you guys to use.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows also, I use Sam here at CLK, and now my dad has been using you for a few years.
A couple of years now, yeah.
So, so if you have questions, definitely give Sam a click the link and fill the stuff out. So, Sam, thanks for coming on and catching up. And
absolutely.
I really appreciate you addressing this issue because it's so frustrating for people.
I understand it. And you guys are running locksmith businesses, so jumping into Google again, after you've worked all day is not something you want to do. And it takes a long time if you're not in it every day. So I understand the frustration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you, and we'll see you in the comments.
Camera 1, camera 2.
Yeah, you're talking to Lily right now. You have anything you'd like to say to Lily?
To Lily, is she your editor?
Yep.
Oh.
Downstairs. Hi, Lily.
Make me look tan.
Yeah, Lily. I want to look actually kind of like a cross between Vin Diesel and The Rock, please.
You brought up Vin Diesel in the last video.
Oh, did I? Yeah. I mean, he's pretty much like my spirit animal.
Yeah, I see it.
I mean, I just gotta work out a little more and not eat cookies.
No. And shave your head.
And shave my head. All right, ready?
Oh, no. But yeah.
You're like, how many more of these am I have to do?
So these kiosks that you see everywhere. Okay.
Hey, congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video. You probably deserve a medal, maybe a plaque. But hey, I want to make sure that when you're commenting that you're including the hashtag lockboss. When you do, you automatically get entered in to win one of 5 free prizes we're giving away each week here live on YouTube on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. We'll see you in the comments.